Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about being professional to things. What is professionalism? So many people lack professionalism and they have their own views and, and appointments and even points towards to this word, while they forgot that there's professional barrier between anybody or any sport or any big achievement which have ever happened in this world. So what exactly is professionalism is that doing things in the best ever way it is supposed to be done and it has been done previously. So if you can't still understand about simple explanation, let me give you something. There's difference between a street fighter and a guy who trains at a martial arts gym with coaches around him, and those coaches teach him the best exercises to do in order to improve his strength and conditioning, and they teach the best moves, the best ever technique, so that he learns all the moves sets in a good way, in a perfect manner. And let's say this another street fighter, he doesn't know about anything, but he went there, he swung his arm with all his might, and he knocked out 7 people. Now he calls himself a street fighter, and this guy lacks professionalism. And there's no match between a professional no match between a professional fighter and a street fighter, because professional fighter would end the fight in a blink of a second, which street fighters don't even understand. So that's a simple scenario, and it can vary from variety of ranges. There can be a huge big professional or a small amateur. So we can't say you are a professional if you just join a martial art gym. You need to become a professional through a professional way. There's a lot being called amateurs, rookies, professionals. I'm not gonna say terms, but what you need to do is exactly that. You need to be and act professional as possible. You should take life very, very professionally. If you're a man, you're supposed to make a lot of money, because it's a professional thing to do as a man. A man cannot give birth to a baby. That's a woman's job, and women can do that. And we have all big debates on this topic that the men and women are lacking equality and things like that. Different genders have different roles. Men give birth to babies. Men cannot do that. We accept that. But men go and build buildings. They build all the roads you are walking through. It's 99% men. The laborers are men. The blue collar workers are men. So that's the balance between women and men. Coming back to the time or the point about professionalism, what I actually want to share is that you need to take everything professionally. If you want to learn a martial art and you have this mindset that I'm gonna become a world champion, so you think you're gonna become world champion. What's your plan? What are you going to do next? You're going to start strength and conditioning. You're going to start your technical practice and all things. So you need to have a professional way to your talk. Not just think I'm gonna become a world champion, so I'm just gonna practice at my home watching YouTube videos. You need a professional mind. But still, every guy who has all this dream, I respect them all my heart. But to succeed, to actually make it happen, that's what I'm saying. You should take it as professional as possible. For strength, you're lacking in strength. You need to do some strength training. And if your technique is good, focus on it. Make sure what's your ups and downs. So take things super professionally. Nothing is super hard or nothing is actually unachievable. When people think it's too hard to become an amateur fighter, and it's not too easy to become an amateur fighter, or it's not too easy to lift heavy weights, or it's not too hard to do that. Everything takes its own time and takes the way you actually go and get it. So if you want to get a 200 kg deadlift as your own record, it's not too easy or too hard. You need to do some efforts. But how you can do it is the professional way. You need a professional way. You just can't enter the gym and you're so angry because your girlfriend left you and you can't just lift it. It's not the professional way. You need to train professionally. You need to eat professionally. You need to eat certain food. You need to train every single day. Make sure that you can achieve this lift. You need to do certain warm-ups. You need to practice with lighter weights. And that's how you come up. That's the professional path towards it. And you need to find a similar professional path with everything in life. If you want to make money, it doesn't come just by a single way or as much or the way you expected. You need a professional plan, you need a figure. And if you can bring all the professional plans together and can somehow mix it up, the professional ways and lessons which all you have been learning, and you somehow take lessons professionally as possible and not as personally, then you can actually be a good businessman. So the main difference or the main point which I want to share is that stop taking things personal. Or if you are going to take it personal, then you need to have professional personality. A professional person or a guy who takes everything professionally in life won't act like I'm so broke, so I'm so sad about the fact that I lost. You would still there and you would answer the next questions and you would have plans to get it all back, or you would have plans to enter a better way, or just quit it. He would have a clear idea on what you need to do after this loss has happened. Okay, I've lost this. How to actually overcome this, or what are the replacements? That's how he thinks. That's how a professional acts. And I have a small case-based situation. So let's talk about a small story. I have been caught by traffic police just because I'm 17-year-old. I'm not still 18. I'm 17-year-old and I'm driving a two-wheeler which runs on petrol, and it's supposed to be a foul because I'm doing it absolutely. I accept that it's my mistake. I've not been caught like that, but it's the first time I've been caught. And police asked me, "Show your license." I said I don't have a license, and I said, "Park the vehicle at this corner. Call up to your parents. Make them come here." Okay, I called them because that's just listen to the police. That's how we are supposed to do as a citizen. So I listened to him. I said I'm ready to do whatever he does. I went in that mindset, and he said, "Call to your parents." I called. My father's coming, and during coming he asked me some questions. Who are you? What exactly is your age? Why are you doing this? You're not supposed to be. And he's explaining some situation. What would happen if somebody across came fast and you crushed that guy? If that guy died, and he was speaking loud, and he was asking some personal information. What's your age? Do you have any siblings? Or what's your father? Where he's working? Everything. So in between, and he's saying, and he asked this question: "Where you're going?" I'm saying I'm going to my gym, and he's asking what gym. I'm saying boxing, martial arts, whatever. And after that, this guy asks me, and knowing that as soon as I say I'm a boxer and doing this a bit of boxing training in the gym, and he gets a bit intimidated. I can see in his eyes, he's glowing red. I'm still in the best decent way. So his mindset is like, oh, this guy's a boxer, and that's why he's so confident, and he answers every question perfectly with the best ever answer. He thinks in his mind, and then he goes like, okay, tell me, what's the next thing we can do with you? Tell me. And he's asking me what to do with myself. I've done something wrong, absolutely. I respect that. It's my mistake. I'm ready to take the punishment when my parents would come. And he asked me to call my parents. Of course, my parents' headache, not actually mine. And I took all scoldings, and parent came, and things might happen. So what exactly happened is that the reply which I gave to the question that shocked him the most. And this guy asked me, what can be done next? What's you say? As if I have the control over police. And I replied very cold. And giving out a cold answer doesn't mean I'm disrespectful. What I said is, you are the ones you're supposed to say, sir. You are the one who's supposed to decide what is to be done next. I said this. Of course, different language. In Tamil, I said this. It's the Indian language. I said this to him, and he's laughing, and he took it hard. And this guy, and the reason he asked this question is because he doesn't know what next to ask. He doesn't know how to handle this, because I'm asking every single question about the inquiry very perfectly, and he doesn't know how to continue this conversation. And he wants me to get intimidated for no reason, because some other people, usually these guys, if they get caught, they are All these police are used to hearing this begging, like, please leave me, please leave me. I didn't do that. I was too professional with that. I am ready to take a punishment. I called my parents, and this guy was, oh, this guy is not even getting feared, and he triggered it. And what kind of policeman asked this question, that, tell me what can be done next? What question is this? And I gave out a cold answer that you're the ones who's supposed to take the next action. You are the ones who's supposed to tell what should actually happen next in a good, decent manner, because you caught me, and and it's my mistake, and you caught me, and you are only supposed to say what I'm gonna do next. And it's a cold answer. It's a professional answer. Most won't say, and most should say, please leave me this time. I won't do this next time. That doesn't work. It's not the professional answer. He caught me as authority. I'm a citizen. I'm just supposed to do what he says, because it's my mistake. I asked them. So it's not bad to be professional in that. It's the whole point of video. So if you be as professional as possible, you might face fear in you, because if you're giving out all these cold answers to people, it's hard. But at the end, you would be saved. At the end, you would win if you're always professional with things. So see you in the next video.